What's up, guys? It's Cargo, and I've got my hands on some Battlefield 3. Right here, I'm playing a game mode called Conquest, where it's kind of there's flags all over the map, and the goal essentially is to kill the enemy. But if you hold more than half the flags, the enemy's ticket counter, which is how many lives they have left between their whole team, it goes down at an accelerated pace. So it starts bleeding tickets. But yeah, I think, a level 10 when I took this video. So I've been playing for, 8 hours with friends and whatnot. So I figured I got a good enough feel of how the final multiplayer is to kind of tell you guys what's up. But I'll start off with the obvious. The graphics are really, really nice. I'm playing on a PS3, so obviously the graphics here are like archaic compared to what you can get on a PC. But most of you are PS3 and 360 gamers, so yes, it is amazing on the console. It exceeds any of the other shooters I've ever played. The only thing that gets on my nerves as far as the graphics go is the lighting sometimes. Like, you can probably tell that it can get kind of bright. And while it may be realistic, getting sunshine glare when you're staring right into the sun, it is annoying at times when you can't see stuff. So I feel that could either be toned down or I'll just get used to it. More likely, I'll just get used to it and they're just going to keep it as is, because that would be a major change to patch in. But yes, the graphics are amazing. The guns look amazing. The environments look amazing, particularly the sky. The sky looks really good. But yeah, all around a really, really, really good looking game. So it's got that going for it. I guess I'll start off with a single player, just tell you what's that about. If you want to see more like gameplay and detailed description and review of the single player, you can go to Total Biscuit's channel, and I'll put a link in the description actually, so you can go see that if you haven't seen it already. But the single player it's fun, but it's kind of lame in my opinion. I'm kind of with Total Biscuit along the lines of that really linear, scripted single-player games are kind of boring. They can be done well, like for example Uncharted is a good series that's pretty dang scripted. But when it comes to FPS, where it's just kind of point and shoot, scripted events are annoying, and there's a lot of them. But it is a fun single-player game to play. It's just kind of like going to the movies and watching just a shoot-'em-up, gory movie. It's enjoyable, but there's nothing particularly special about it. But anyways, I'll move on to the multiplayer now. There's actually not that many game modes. There is Rush, which is where you have MCOM stations that you have to... There's several essentially levels that you have to move forward. You destroy 2 MCOM stations, you move forward. You destroy those 2 MCOM stations, you move forward. And then the map switches so that both sides get a chance to attack and defend. And then there's Conquest, which is what I'm playing right now, which is the bigger battles where you have jets and helicopters and APCs and tanks. And you try and capture flags and kill the enemy. And then there's Team Deathmatch and Team Deathmatch. The game modes, despite limited, are really fun. I haven't played any Deathmatch or Team Deathmatch, but there's not much that could go on there that would blow my mind. But the Rush and Conquest game modes are really fun to play. I particularly like Rush just because it's more of an infantry oriented type of game mode with some vehicles in it. Conquest is pretty fun as well. My personal play style is infantry, so you won't see me getting in too many vehicles, although I'll get some videos with some vehicle play. I haven't even touched a jet or a helicopter yet, so I definitely have to do that. But let's see, the gunplay is really nice as well. I love the feel of the guns. They sound really good too. They just feel really meaty when you shoot them. There's nothing light about it, but it's not overkill. To be honest, I don't know any game that has overkilled the feel of a gun, but Battlefield definitely does it really well. And let's see, there are 50 unlockable weapons in total. So that's a pretty substantial number, and they also have many different classes like shotguns, assault rifles, battle rifles, personal defense weapons, rocket launchers, all sorts of stuff. And there are over 20 vehicles too. Now I'm not sure whether that's 20 totally different vehicles, or whether that's just like 10 vehicles and then 2 versions of them for each faction, because there's the Marines and then the Spetsnaz. Those are the 2 factions that you will always play as. And then there's 4 classes. There's the assault class, which is the medic, but you can also outfit your medic with more like a more traditional, what you'd think of an assault class of having, so kind of grenade launchers and equipment like that. And then there's a recon class, which is kind of the sniper marksman class, but you can also equip it with close-in weapons, because an essential role of a good recon person is to set up mobile spawn points, because they can set up mobile spawn points where then you can spawn at, and that is, as you can imagine, incredibly helpful. Then there's the support class, which is your LMG class that will refill your ammo, and the engineer class as well, which has the RPGs and takes out vehicles. Oh, and then the assault class, the medic class, also has little kits that you can heal groups of allies with. Now, there are a lot of really, really cool game mechanics. For example, I'm sure you're aware of the destruction mechanic. It's not as prevalent as many people would have hoped for, but it doesn't bother me that much. There are some things that seem like they should be destructible and they're not, and so that's kind of weird. But overall, they've done a good job with what buildings are what buildings and objects are destructible and what buildings and objects aren't. And also there's this suppressive fire, which is mostly for LMGs, but any gun can do it. Shotguns can even do it. It's just if you're firing near an enemy, even if you don't hit them, their screen blurs and their accuracy decreases while they're suppressed. So that's the team element, where that your support class with the LMG will have the enemy suppressed while you run up and take care of them with your shotgun, or something like that. It just keeps them from moving. And also, there's different cool things on different maps. For example, on some maps they have emplacements where you can shoot rockets. On some maps they have mortar emplacements. And so that's really cool. Let's see, what else do we have here? Well, I don't know. Overall, this game, I really enjoy it, just because you actually need intelligence to play this game. I mean, nobody says you have to sit in a corner and play super tactically and just cover one area of the map the whole time. And in fact, I wouldn't encourage that. It's good to be aggressive. But you can't be an idiot in like Call of Duty and just run around and try and kill people. Which, I don't know, that's refreshing to me, because I've got, like, even though I don't play those type of games very often, I was just tired of hearing about it and seeing it and whatnot. So the intelligence it requires to play this game is refreshing for me. And also the level of persistency that they have put into the game. They claim that there's about 100 hours of unlockable material at the current time, which is huge. Now, of course, they always balloon that a little bit for the average gamer, or slightly below average gamer. So for the people who are fairly productive in the games, get a lot of points, it'll probably be more like between 60 and 80 hours, but that's still really good. That's really good, considering that people can get through Call of Duty levelings up in like 15 hours. That's impressive. The customization is really nice too. Each weapon has, like, I think 15 attachments. As you use it, you'll unlock the attachments. Let's see, like right now I have an ACOG, a tactical light, and a foregrip. But there's laser sights, there's tons of different types of sights. There's infrared sights, scopes, hollows, red dot, and that kind of thing for all the different weapons. Grenade launchers, underslung grenade launchers. So the amount of customization is really nice. You can also customize your dog tags, which is, you can get dog tags by just leveling up, and then you will unlock them. And you can also get special dog tags by knifing people in the back, which is awesome. And then you can also unlock skins, but essentially they're uniforms, different uniforms you can wear. And I am super excited for the Spec Ops one. It'll be a while before I get it, but it's an all-black uniform, and it looks amazing. So I'm really excited for that one because I want to look like a badass. The vehicles seem to be utilized very well. The only one that might seem a little bit weird is the jet. It doesn't quite fit just because when you start out you only get guns. And I only know this because I've watched videos. You start off with only guns in the jet. And so you level up quickly and get different abilities for the vehicles, but it takes a while. And until you can get the bombs and missiles, you're kind of useless as far as air-to-ground combat. But the helicopters, the tanks, the APCs, all that stuff is really well balanced, where they provide enough of an impact as far as spawns and damage that they can lock down an area, but they don't take a ridiculous amount of damage to take down if you have the appropriate weapons. But again, it requires the appropriate weapons. And so team play is heavily emphasized in Battlefield 3. And of course, you can get along by yourself, but if you have a squad, like I've been playing with friends mostly, not in this game, but I've been playing with friends, and we pretty much switch up the classes, and it's really helpful to have somebody who can come in and pick up an RPG and take out a vehicle or blow a hole in the wall, and then also having people who can res you when you're down, because resing will save you tickets and things like that. So I like the team play element in this game. It seems to be implemented really well, and I'm looking forward to playing with a clan. Now the clan system is a little bit different. You have to get, it's battlelog.battlefield.com or something like that. And so you have to log into that website to create a clan, which is kind of cool, I think, because it keeps just random scrubs from making whatever clan they want. They have to go online. Now granted, going online to create a clan is not that difficult. It doesn't take that much effort, but it just keeps the people who wouldn't put any effort into clans out of it. And so you can set up, they're called platoons, but you can set up your clans there. And I haven't done it yet, but I'm hoping to soon. And of course then once you get there, you can track your stats online as well as in-game. And then just go from there. Oh, one thing I did miss is that there are different firing modes. You can see on the bottom right hand, I have a single shot selected right now, but you can, depending on the weapon, you can switch between single, full auto, or burst fire. And of course some weapons can do some and not others, like the FAMAS that you saw me using earlier is only burst fire. But yes, I think this game has a lot of potential. I definitely think it's going to blow Modern Warfare 3 out of the water. Maybe not outsell it, but it's such a better quality game. So much better. And the multiplayer makes up for any lack of quality in the single-player campaign. So I highly recommend picking this up. I think it'll be well worth your money considering how many hours it's going to take you to unlock everything. So thanks for watching, guys. Keep calm and super champion. Look at all those medals. I am a champion.